Hello, everybody. How are you? Good to be here. As always, love being amongst my Onpassive family and friends. Today is May the 2nd, Friday. For those of you that are working, I hope you're going to have a great weekend. If it's anything like the weather here in the UK, you're going to have a fantastic one. It really is unseasonably nice at the moment. We're getting some very, very good temperatures here. And as always, there's always a downside, isn't it? The farmers are already saying they need water. But anyway, for us that are enjoying the sunshine, it is really, really nice. Anyway, let's bring you up to date. As far as the OES is concerned, no new information there. We are waiting on the link, obviously, for Saturday. That's tomorrow's webinar. This is an international webinar by our CEO, Ashmu Farah, and as far as I know, it's going out on most of the various YouTube channels as well, and the link should be in the OES for that upcoming. Whether it's going to be there tonight or tomorrow, just keep checking in, and that's where it will be. I'm sure as soon as we find out, we will be posting it everywhere so that you guys have got a good time to be there. I do recommend, as always, to come and listen live. And I always believe that when you listen to it live, you get more out of it. Why? Because you are there in the moment. You're with Ash Mufara as he's speaking. You can feel all of his what's the word I'm looking for? All of excitement, that's the word I'm looking for, that is coming from him live, and it certainly helps you to have a much better idea. Obviously, I'm actually working this weekend on the markets, but I will be there as well with you guys on the webinar, and Sunday after I finish work, I will schedule a recap as well for Sunday night. Just depends on what timings that is as well. And I also want to make sure it's not going to clash with Heroes as well, which is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern daylight time on Sunday. But very much looking forward to it. Page 3. What am I expecting? I'm expecting some more updates. In fact, excuse me, got to sneeze again. It seems to be a regular thing now for me, sneezing live on with you guys. Yes, I am expecting a little bit more of the puzzle to be dropped in by our CEO, Ash Mufara. I've said on many occasions that our seeing of our CEO since February and moving forward to where we are now is very much a strategic plan by him. And him saying to Chris yesterday, obviously we know about our brother Marty DeGarmo still not being well. Him saying yesterday, we have to move forward. This is all part of that strategy, in my opinion, and one that I think he's very keen to stick to continue with. And this is just another part of what is going to be happening as well. Let's move on to strategy, because it's what the topic of what I had to say today is luck is not a strategy. I have been harping on a lot about how strategy is so important in business over the last few weeks, and luck isn't one of them. Is luck part of success in business? Yeah, it is. You know, you do need to have a little bit of luck along the way to be successful. Let's just look at Zoom, for instance. Okay, just picking that out of the air for no reason at all, really. If it wasn't for the pandemic, they certainly wouldn't be where they are today. That certainly wasn't part of their strategy. That certainly wasn't part of what they were outlining as far as their product was concerned and the exposure and usage of their product. So certainly the pandemic was luck to them, because it really did catapult them into a super business and huge exposure because of that. That's where luck really did play a part in their success, but I'm sure they would have been successful without it, but not to the extent they are. So in that occasion, luck does have some bearing on their success. It's not how you should start out, though, in business. You can't rely on luck. You have to have a strategic policy in place to really maximize your success benefits the most. So let me just read a couple of statements here about this. The statement, luck is not a strategy. It emphasizes that relying on chance alone is not a sustainable or reliable method for achieving goals and outcomes. It highlights the importance of planning, effort, and strategic thinking over relying on random events. So luck versus strategy. Luck refers to unforeseen events or outcomes that are not the result of deliberate action, while strategy involves a plan, a method to achieve those specific goals. Don't you think that resonates slightly with what's happening at the moment as far as our CEO is concerned? He's obviously looked at this next phase and decided, right, for us to achieve, and this is from him, the company, and the business point of view. Hang on a second, I've just got to turn off my headset, and I've just had a message. Let's see who that is. Hang on. Thank you, Tanya. Just got to sort that out in a minute. Don't you think that he has had or is implementing that strategy right now at the moment? Because he's looked at us and phase two, the business side of things, and he's decided, right, for us to get from where we are now, and when I mean where we are now as far as our status quo is concerned, to phase two, certain things have to be done in the middle of it. And this is his strategy, and this is exactly what he's doing at the moment, is to move us along into phase two easily, successfully, without any hiccups and glitches, so that we all understand, so that we know what's going on and all of the rest of it. This is all part of his strategy to make phase two as much of a success as possible. I said to you, whenever it was, last couple of days, that we are going to be the first users of this next phase. We are the ones that are going to start it all off again. We are the ones that are going to verbally talk about sorry, if you can you hear me now? Sorry, sound. Yeah, let's go back. My headset went and I had to unplug it, so hopefully everything's all right. Let's go back to, I don't know how much I missed out, but let's go back to where we were. The strategy of where we're at the moment, in my opinion, is moving us along into the next phase. And that part for me is what is really, really important as far as our CEO is concerned. He wants to have as much success that we possibly can for that. And this is why I certainly believe that that strategy has been implemented from way back in February. Time periods, no idea. I don't know. I'm not the CEO of this company. I'm here because I believe in him. I believe in what he's trying to achieve. I believe in the journey. And I believe that what he's trying to implement is going to make a huge amount of difference, not only to myself and my family, but also you guys out there and the wider field around all of us. That's why I do what I'm doing. Let's also have a look at some other things of why luck isn't a strategy. It says here, whilst luck can certainly play a role in certain situations, it should not be the primary foundation for achieving success or solving problems. Relying solely on luck can be detrimental in the long run. Absolutely. You need to have a strategical thinking plan in action so that you are minimizing luck as far as a strategy. You can't just open a business, cross your fingers and hope for the best. That's not a strategy. That really is relying on luck as far as what your outcome is going to be. If you went to a financial institution and said, I want to borrow some money because I've got this new idea, this new business I want to launch, and I need to raise some money. And if you went with a business plan that was luck induced, they're going to say no, because that is not a strategy of success. That is something that you are just literally crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. A strategy involves careful planning, analyzes situations, and the implementation of a plan of action. It's about understanding the available resources that you have, identifying potential obstacles before they happen, and developing a method to overcome any of them that you might foresee. Consistent effort, hard work, and persistence are often more crucial than luck when it comes to achieving long-term success. These qualities allow for the development of skills, knowledge, and experiences that can lead to positive outcomes even when luck is not a side effect. Don't you think we've gained a little bit of knowledge and experience on all of our journeys? Don't you think that that knowledge now is of vital importance moving forward into the next phase? Because we are not starting from scratch. We're not starting from a place that we have no knowledge. We're not starting from a place that we don't really know anything about it. Again, let's look at logic. I like to use this analogy an awful lot. When you look back at the September launch of Onpassive, was it a success? Absolutely, huge success. In fact, almost to our detriment because of how fast it gains traction. That is knowledge. Regardless of the outcome of what happened, regardless of the downfall and all the rest of it, regardless of any of that, was that launch successful? Absolutely, 100%. So we've got knowledge about that. We have gained experience of all of that. That is something, Colonel Daniel Lee, thank you so much for your super sticker. Colonel, we have gained that experience from what happened back in September. Don't you think now, knowing that knowledge, that will be implemented moving forward? I think it will be. Don't you think that we will have something to draw on moving into the next phase of this business? Don't you think that all of the things that we've learned, good and bad, we can segregate, we can make sure none of that's going to happen again, but plenty of this part is? All of these sort of things can be implemented into the next phase because we've now got that knowledge base from our own experience. This is vital. This is something that is going to really help us move forward, because we are not going to be relying on the luck element, because we've been there, done that, know how it works, and all of the pitfalls of what happened can be eliminated through strategy, because we can then move that forward into the next phase. So an example of all of this is, while a lucky win might feel good, it's unlucky to teach you about how to consistently achieve similar outcomes. Conversely, a deliberate loss can prove value learning opportunities for improvement for future strategies. So a successful strategy is not based on chance, but rather on building a consistent and reliable system that can produce desired results over time. This system should be based on facts, knowledge, and analytics, not on hoping for good luck. This is why it is so important to have a strategy that you can outline, you can read off, you can move along as part of your goal of where you want to get to. Very, very important. But I'll say again, do we need luck sometimes? Absolutely. Luck goes a long way in business and in life and in all shapes of forms. Sometimes you hear expression, I got a bit lucky, or more luck than judgment. All of these sort of things you will hear, but it's not a strategy. It is not something that is going to stand the test of time. That strategy really is going to be what separates us from the lucky ones. I hear it all the time. People say to me, you're lucky. You're in the position that you are. You're lucky that you have the numbers on YouTube that you have. You're lucky because of what relationship I have in this business. None of that is down to luck. I can assure you that none of it is down to luck. It's down to consistency, hard work, strategy, all of these sort of things, but certainly not down to luck. You know, if we all relied on luck, then we wouldn't have businesses like we do that we all use. Anyway, guys, I thought I would bring that to the table for you today. I certainly think that it is a very important part of knowing really what's happening at the moment. If you understand that what is happening is strategic at the moment, then it will help you understand the whys of our moving from one to the other. It will certainly help you understand that this is all done very strategically of what is happening for us to move across to the next part. Are there blocks in the way that our CEO has to navigate before we get to the next part? Yeah, probably there is. Has he outlined many of them? Yes, he has. Again, this is also part of the strategy, is to be open, honest, upfront, to allow us to make up our own minds based on the knowledge of what he is telling us. This is why it is so important for us to come along and listen with ears open to our CEO so that we absorb what he is trying to say, rather than listening for certain key words that we want him to say. That's not helping you. It's not helping your journey, and it's certainly not going to change the outcome. Anyway, thank you so much, each and every one of you, for being on here. I'll see you all tomorrow on the webinar, and obviously I'll be taking notes, and Sunday at some point I will do a recap of what went on, and yeah, very much looking forward to having a few more bits and pieces of knowledge that we can fit into that puzzle for us moving forward into the next stage. That's it from me then, guys. Thank you so much. Speak to you all very soon. Bye now.